All right, everybody, welcome in. I'm Paul David with Automobile Atlanta. Today we're going to do a cold start on this 2-liter carbureted 914. What we're going to do is we're going to measure the engine temperature with a thermal laser temperature reader, and then we're going to go ahead and start the car. Come on over. My handy dandy thermometer from Harbor Freight here. All right, so the outside temperature is virtually the same temperature as the engine. It's all over the place, and it's reading 78 roughly. And I'm going to take just the outside temperature, like the wheel bearing here, just to see, you know, no big deal, 80 degrees, okay? Yeah, so let's get into this and start. I'm always going to prime the fuel pump. I'm going to turn the key 3 times to prime the fuel pump. It's just what Dr. 914 instructed me to do, whether it's carbureted or fuel injection. Also, with the carbureted vehicle, we're going to press down on the gas pedal 3 times. On that third press of the gas pedal, I'm going to turn the key at the same time with it fully engaged, and it should start at that point. Let's give it a try. Prime, gas pedal down. Prime, gas pedal down. Prime, gas pedal down, and crank. All right. Now, I will say this. All engines like to be run. You don't really want these cars sitting for any length of time. So I'd say if you have it, whether it's fuel injection or carbureted, start your car, drive it, get the fluids flowing. At that point, try not to let the gas get too stale, sitting for 6 months to a year or 2 years. At that point, you're into it. You know, you're sitting around 2-3 years. You're going to get into having no choice but to replace fuel lines, fuel pump, maybe fuel filter, maybe restore the gas tank, etc., etc. So let's go for a ride. All right. We're still rolling, right?
Yep, we're still rolling.
Perfect. So what we're going to do on this test drive is basically go out and get it up to 60 miles per hour. And what we're in here is a customer's vehicle from Pennsylvania. It's blue with the orange stripe down the middle of the vehicle. I do notice we're getting a little bit low on fuel. I had this vehicle out driving around last week, or maybe it was 10 days ago for all I know. And now I see when I start at this time, the fuel light is on, so we're not going to be able to go too far. I'm going to get the vehicle up to speed and come right back. All right, so as of right now, we're doing 45 miles per hour. The mileage reads 23,000. Hold on one second here. Oh, that mirror is real loose. All right, so the mileage reads right now 23,890. The trip odometer reads 931.3. All right. I don't know how well you can see that from there, but we're going to get it up to 60 miles per hour. And just come right back. We don't have much fuel. Wow, this window alignment's way off. I don't know if you could see that from here, but see how it goes up here? Oh, the door handles are on upside down too. It's kind of funny. We laugh at these type of things just for fun. All right, so we're doing 50 right now. We're gonna achieve the 60 miles an hour here in just a moment. Nice and easy. Are you able to see the 60?
Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't take much at all. I'm in 5th gear now. Tachometer's right about 2,600. Speedometer is 60 miles an hour. I'm gonna have to slow down just because it's, I have to be wise about the speed limit in this, anywhere at that matter. We'll get it up a little bit more. You see 70 right there. Hopefully you can see that. And hopefully you can see the Golf gas station color pattern on the hood right there. All right, we're slowing it down. Downshifting into 4th. All right, so like I said, there's not that much fuel in it, so we're gonna head right back. The mileage reads 23,892. I'm gonna get up to 60 miles an hour around this turn right here, just because I know it's a safe little spot. So we're gonna achieve, you know, I think I just got up to 75 right there too, but we're gonna achieve 60 miles an hour on this on-ramp turn and go through the gears and, you know, kind of shift around 4,500 RPMs. If it goes a little bit past that, that's fine. It looks like it red lines maybe at 57 7 or 5800. Here we go. So we're in first gear. Second gear, nice and easy. Third was easy. Fourth gear, easily doing 60 miles an hour. As I come around this turn. These cars are such a pleasure to drive. The 2-liter engine on a 914 has plenty of power for an enthusiast like yourself or myself to go out and enjoy a car like this. So uphill, I got to 70, if you can see that. All right, I'm going to have to come back down, back to reality. So I'm still doing 65. All right, there we are. So 65 was nice and steady. I think this car has the power I expect it to have. It's fun to drive. When people talk a little trash about the 914, I say obviously they haven't had one that was sorted out and running properly. Because these cars are such a pleasure to drive. Just zipped up to 70, just like that. No effort at all. All right, we're almost back to 914 headquarters here in Marietta, Georgia at Auto Atlanta. Fun little turns like this, if you can get the view here. You don't have to do 120 miles an hour around the turns. You know, that was just 35. It's fun. Give it a little gas in the turn, a little push, little fun. You don't have to go super fast. This car is really enjoyable at 45 to 75 miles an hour. And again, this is I believe, I'm not sure the year off the top of my head. I do know it's a 2-liter engine. It had a fuel injection system on there. Our brothers up north had a little challenge figuring out the fuel injection. They had an issue. So they removed it and put dual Weber carburetors on it. When it showed up here, we found that whoever worked on it previously had adjusted one of the, I believe it was an idle screw if I remember correctly. They over adjusted the idle screw or the jet so tight it damaged the carburetor. And we had no choice. Well, we did have a choice. We gave it to the customer and we recommended that carburetor, you know, we highly recommended it just gets replaced, because if that piece, if it's epoxied into place and that piece falls, if that piece falls down into the engine, catastrophic failure will occur. Actually, what we're going to do is check the engine temperature right here so I can show that to you, and then I'll park it and put it away. Come take a look. right, let's see what this engine temperature is now. As you can see, hopefully you can see, it's saying 95 when I initially turned it on. Okay, let's go over to the engine. I got 132, 141, okay. Let me go over to the other side here, 153, over to the other side. Showing 121. So at different spots you're having different temperatures. I would say this temperature is no longer a cold start. It is at operating temperature at this point. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is say thanks for watching the video. That's all we have today. Thank you. Let's do a hot restart. On that second one, you don't need to prime the key and you don't need to press anything down on the gas pedal. It's already fully warmed up. So no need to prime the fuel pump or press the pedal down. I would say that is a hot restart and it was successful.